Capitalist economies innovate off what will make the most profit, even if they have to manufacture demand or shorten product lifetimes by using more plastic and other low-quality materials, like fiberglass on cars. Capitalism cannot solve our climate catastrophe because it is only profit-driven. Capitalism dooms large portions of the global population to starvation in a world where we have resources right now to put an end to it. Jeff Bezos has enough wealth to end world hunger for 4 years, possibly forever if that money were invested in infrastructure and development. Don't try the generic capitalist arguments of capitalism lifts people out of poverty, or corporatism is not capitalism. That's bullshit. Wealth inequality has exploded, and people have noticed its failings to provide for the masses. More than half of all people in the U.S. under 35 prefer socialism to capitalism. Your mystical pure capitalism has never existed anywhere, and it can't exist, so there's no point in discussing it. Capitalism is a system where a select lucky few own the factories and workplaces, while others have to work for them. The lucky few extract surplus value from the workers and alienate them from the products which their own hands and minds produced. The lucky few collect massive profits from other people's labor, the very thing that capitalists accuse people on welfare of doing. While the capitalists do little more than sit around and own a bunch of stuff. Nothing can justify CEOs making thousands of times what the rest of us make. It's impossible for someone to work 1,000 times as hard as the average person. Why are there empty houses at the same time there are homeless people? That's thumb firmly up your ass and efficient. Why is it that everyone has to drive around in a ton of dead weight on wheels to get to work? It's not efficient to have everyone drive around 2,000 pounds of dead weight. Buses and trains are far more efficient because they use only one engine for 30-plus people and bring down the dead weight per person ratio. It's basic mathematics, it's the square cube law. Trains have almost no friction with the rails they ride on, so it takes even less fuel, but crapitalism likes to sell as many cars as possible, made by exploited steelworkers, for the profit of assholes who never set foot in a factory. There are alternatives to capitalism that don't suck balls. Nobody wants a dictator like Mao or Stalin. Why not have the workers of a workplace own and operate that workplace themselves? Have the 100 or so workers of a steel plant own the plant together and make decisions through direct democracy. They still have to make a profit as a unit, it's not the government owning them, but they don't have to give most of their money to an asshole. These worker co-ops still trade with each other.
I'm sorry.
We'll just cut that out.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. These worker co-ops still trade with each other and still compete with each other. The workers of a community would never vote to make their own jobs move to India, and they would never vote to pollute their own water. With many co-ops formed from crumbling corporations, we would expect to see more competition. Furthermore, capitalism sucks at dealing with automation. If a machine can double a worker's output, capitalists fire half the workers. Worker co-ops make automation benefit all. Instead of firing half the workers, each worker only needs to work half as many hours. If we want real democracy in our own government, then we ought to have it in our workplaces, or the ultra-powerful parasites will continue to control the government. Make no mistake, I hate the government just as much as you do. If you think that worker co-ops ain't possible, see the free territory of Ukraine. See Mondragon for a modern example. If you think that CEO leadership is necessary for some abstract reason, consider that the same argument was made by monarchists and why we need kings. We do just fine without kings, and we'll do better without CEOs. Yeah, that's it.